everyone, welcome back to my channel, Everyday Frannay, and another week of Halloween crafting. This week, I'm very excited. I plan to make my very own haunted house. So I got the idea when I was walking around the works and they already have all of their Christmas stock out and they had this whole section of paint your own Christmas decorations. And this little house was in it. And I instantly thought that it could definitely be made to look spooky rather than festive. And so that is what I plan to do. So I've gathered lots of inspiration pics and I plan on adding lots of decorations to it. So I'm definitely going to paint it, but I also then think my friend polymer clay is going to be coming back and making an appearance because I plan to make little polymer clay pumpkins to stack in the front. And another craft that I've seen absolutely everywhere this year is the little cheesecloth ghosts where you put bits of white fabric in PVA glue and then shape them to look like ghosts. So I plan on making a couple of those. I also have these trees that, again, I picked up on the works, and I feel like I'm gonna stick them on and make it look like there are trees in the background. And then once it's all finished, I've bought these little battery LED tea lights and I've checked that they fit inside. So I'm hoping when it's all done, I'll be able to put the little candles inside and it will give this sort of spooky, eerie effect. I am very excited, as you can probably tell, because there's lots of different bits and bobs for me to try today. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with making the pumpkins from polymer clay because they will take the longest to bake and cool and gloss, etc. So I want to do them first. I only have a little bit of orange left since I made my pumpkin earrings. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for an unconventional pumpkin colour and maybe make green pumpkins. Alternatively, I do have this red. Either way, I think they're not going to be your standard pumpkin. I feel like having made my earrings now, I am probably a pro in pumpkin making, but let's hope I remember how I did it. Now I have been thinking whether with these pumpkins I use a bit of black clay and make them look a bit more like cut out pumpkins, like jack-o'-lanterns, rather than just a pile of pumpkins. But I think I'll just have to gauge it with how I'm able to add detail to them. I feel like each time I use these tools, I find a new fun way of using them. So that's always good. Okay, let's try and make the little jack-o'-lantern face. So, there we go, black clay. I'm going to have to keep this quite simple because I don't think I'm there yet with my skill levels to be able to do this so detailed. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he looks really spooky. Right, so my little pumpkin stack is in the oven and I'm moving on to making the ghosts. Now, I don't have cheesecloth. I have these little bits and I think were sleeves to a summer dress. I found them in my fabric box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the centre bit. I've got PVA glue. I think it says that you're supposed to use 2 parts glue to 1 part water. So I've got some water ready. And what I'm going to do, a lot of the tutorials say to use balloons, but I don't have balloons. So I'm going to use little balls of silver foil to mould my ghosts over. I think it's going to work, but let's get going. Right, I'm going to cut off the little frilly bits off my fabric. I'm going to keep this. Who knows when I might use it? That's the thing with crafts. You don't know when you're going to need a little bit of scrap fabric or something. But it then becomes quite a lot to store. So now I need to gauge how big I want these ghosts. This sort of size probably seems like the best. They are going to be quite small. And to be honest, I think I probably only want to make 3. I don't think I need more than that because the house is not very big. Okay, so I've put some silver foil down so it doesn't stick to my board. And now it's time to cut the bits of fabric. I don't think they need to be very big because these ghosts aren't going to be very big. final result. And I'm very, very happy with it. I think it's turned out really cute and spooky and everything I wanted it to be. Having said that, throughout the process, I definitely had my doubts on what it was going to look like. It was much harder to paint on the wood than I thought, and it was looking very messy at times, which made me think it wasn't going to end up how I wanted it to be. But adding the little additions like the ghost, the moss and the pumpkins brought it to life. And then once you put one of the LED tea lights in, it just gives it that Halloween eerie feel that I really wanted. With the ghost making, I will say I really miscalculated how long they take to dry. I didn't read any of the tutorials beforehand, and it turns out you need 2 to 3 days for the ghost to dry, which I just didn't have, and I didn't want to wait that long. So I used my hairdryer, and that definitely does the trick. So if you've made the ghosts and you're sitting around waiting for them to dry, a hairdryer will do that. And then yeah, so this is the final product. I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to put it up. I think it gives off the haunted house vibe that I wanted it to. And that is the end of the Halloween crafts for this year. I've absolutely loved doing them. I've definitely added to my collection of decorations that I'll bring to each year, and I can't wait to get this guy out next year. But for now, he's gonna go and sit on my shelf and look extra spooky. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do like and subscribe below so that you can join me in future episodes in my quest to find the perfect hobby. See you next week.